next to me. I don't know. I call it. You know, we have had Michaels before when it came to hurricanes.
We have, yeah.
Yeah. Were you happy on those days?
Oh, I love it.
Everyone's talking about me.
Exactly.
I'm trending today.
Exactly.
Hashtag Michael. You know. All right. Yeah. So we're reviewing two movies. What is it? Candyman and
Charming the Hearts of Men.
How they rhyme.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about Candyman first. This is what I would call the spiritual sequel to the 1992 film by the same name, Candyman. This one is set in modern day times. Yahya Abdul-Mateen plays a young 30-something artist. He's living with his girlfriends on the area that was once the infamous Cabrini Green projects, where the previous Candyman story took place. He is trying to, develop his artwork and his paintings, and comes across a story of Candyman, which is the story of a man who was wrongly killed by the Chicago police back in the 70s because they thought he was harming children. And this story is, or the urban myth is, if you say Candyman 5 times while looking in the mirror, Candyman will appear and frankly just start killing everybody. The main character, Mateen, he starts trying to work on his art, but while at the same time accidentally calls Candyman back into existence, which you can imagine then, causes havoc all over parts of Chicago. But at the same time, he also delves into madness as he learns more about this person and how it's tied into racial injustice and police brutality and a bunch of other very important social justice issues. So it's a part horror film and a part story about justice and how things are in certain communities. It can be downright scary at times too, most importantly, especially the horror film aspects of it. It's very well done, very well put together. It really, at times, it's very terrifying. There are a few false notes that just quite keep it from being a masterpiece, partly in the areas of not fully fleshing out some characters, not understanding where they're coming from. But all in all, I really enjoyed this film, directed by Nia DaCosta, and it's produced by Jordan Peele, who's done some other fantastic films. So I recommend this film, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, I wasn't thinking it was too gory, but it looks like it gets maybe a little gory near the end.
Yes. The Candyman has a hook.
Yeah.
So I mean that kind of.
So the original Candyman didn't really kill people?
Oh, in the previous movie.
No, I mean, but like in what the police had,
Oh no. The original Candyman, he was an innocent victim killed by the police.
Okay.
And his legend, his urban myth is supposed to.
Now the urban myth, now that he comes out, now he is.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And it's playing at theaters. Now the next one to talk about is called Charming the Hearts of Men, and it's available on Amazon Prime. Its movie is set in 1963, 1964, in a southern state. Anna Frail plays a young woman, 40-year-old woman, who comes back home to her childhood home because her father has just died, and she discovers that her father was close to bankruptcy because he had been funding her somewhat lavish lifestyle, and so she has to try to figure out a way to not only hold on to the house, but the house also has staff that she would like to keep on, and she's trying to figure out a way, how can I keep the family home and keep these people employed. Also, Kelsey Grammer from Frasier fame is a congressman who starts to woo Anna's character, and they start developing a relationship, all the while other characters dealing with the early 1960s and the South and civil rights and African Americans trying to achieve the equality that every American deserves. There are a lot of different tonal changes in this movie. It's kind of a bit of a romance, kind of a bit of a story about civil rights, also a story about a single woman in the South in the 1960s where justice and fairness was not the watchwords of the day if you were a single woman in that time frame, along with African Americans and the injustice they also faced. And so it kind of jumps a little bit from story to story, which I think hurts it a touch, but I did enjoy the sweetness of the characters and the overall storyline of what it was trying to tell, and show little snippets of different communities and different people's lives as they, trying to make it in the early 1960s. So a decent film, and I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
So it's okay.
How's Kelsey Grammer's Southern accent?
It's believable, believe it or
Really?
not. Yeah, I believe him. Sometimes you hear actors with Southern accents.
You're like,
and it
oh,
doesn't
come
work.
on.
Yeah. Here, it worked for him.
He did well.
Yeah, and the irony is Anna Frail is English. She's not even American, but her Southern accent, it passed
Well,
as
if she's English, then a lot of English or Australian actors will lose their original accent to have an American one.
Sure.
If you can do that, you can pick up any accent,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
I'll try to pick up a different accent here later on. All right, we have the answer to the Coffee Talk trivia question and